welcome back to Yoga with Kaz and welcome to day 5 of the 7-day morning mobility challenge. You've made it this far, amazing job, well done you. Today we're going to be bringing everything together into a flowing practice to mobilize the whole body. So let's get moving. Come to a seat, cross-legged as I am, and just have your hands into your lap wherever feels comfortable. Nice tall straight spine, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, and let's just take a moment to connect to the breath, grounding ourselves into the mat. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. And again, inhale. Sigh it out of the mouth. Last one. And let go. Now close down the lips and let's start to breathe through the nose only, keeping the breath the same distance as you did before. So inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the nose. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more. And exhale. Let's try to keep this breath flowing through the nose throughout this whole practice today. So inhale, take the arms up, palms come to touch. Exhale, drop the right hand over to the right. Reach the left arm over your head. Push your left hip towards the floor and then look up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale over to the left. Rotate your head up, push your right hip down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to the top. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, release those hands down. Again, inhale, take them up. And exhale, release them back down. Okay, we're going to come into our tabletop. So just finding your way to a tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. You can spread your fingers nice and wide here, just to give you a bit more stability. We're going to take a round of cat and cow. So we're going to drop the belly down, arch into the spine, lift the gaze, the chest and the tailbone as you inhale. As you exhale, we round the back and tuck the chin to the chest. Again, inhale. And exhale. Now you can continue with your hands facing forward, or if it's available to you, you can turn your fingers back towards the knees. And we'll take the cat and cow as we did before. If this is too much, just keep the fingers facing forward. Moving with your breath. Inhale as you take it up. Exhale as you round. And again. Exhale. Keep going. And exhale. And then turn your hands back forward if you had them facing back. And we'll just sit back onto our heels for a moment. You can tuck the toes here. This gives you a little bit of a toe stretch there. And let's just circle those wrists. Circling in both ways. Okay, come back to all fours. And keeping the toes tucked, we're going to lift the knees off the ground and gently send the hips up towards the sky. So come into your downward dog. Now keep the knees bent here, so soft knees. Stay high up onto the toes. And then one at a time, we're going to straighten the leg and try to push the heel towards the ground. And then take it to the other side. So just walking out your downward dog. Don't worry if the heel doesn't reach the ground. That's not so important. You just want to feel that stretch into the back of the leg, into the calf. Move as you breathe. Breathing through the nose. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. One more breath. Now look between your hands and let's just gently walk forward towards the top of your mat. Take as many steps as you need. You can really bend your legs here. You can keep your hands on the floor, or you can slide them up your legs if the floor seems too far away. Now let's just look forward. So we can straighten the legs here and just try to straighten the back. You can slide the hands up the legs again. We'll take an inhale. And then exhale, fold over the legs. You can bend your knees here. You can bring your hands onto either elbows and just sway from side to side. Just feeling this nice release into your back. Take one more breath. And now when you're ready, plant your hands down, bend your knees, and let's just step the left foot back and drop the knee down. We're coming into this low lunge, so you want to keep your right knee over your right ankle, and then your left knee can be back slightly, and we can untuck the back toes. You can bring your hands up onto the front knee. You can also use a block here if the floor seems quite far away. Now let's just pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Feel this deep stretch into your hips and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Take both hands up to the sky. Inhale, reach them up. And we're going to take a twist. So exhale there. And then let's take an inhale. As we exhale, we draw the left hand down towards our lower back. So you can take the hand onto your lower back, or you can reach that hand down your back leg. Now try to rotate, look over the left shoulder, reach the right arm up. Keep pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take the left hand back up. Inhale. And let's switch it out. Right arm comes down either towards your lower back or down your back leg. Your left arm reaches up, look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to the front. Inhale, both arms come up. And then exhale, take the hands down. And let's just move that leg over towards the right. So come into this lizard stretch. Bring both hands onto the floor and just hold yourself in your lizard. Now you have the option to stay up on the hands, or you can drop down onto the forearms if that's accessible to you. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath. And with your exhale, if you're on your elbows, come up onto your hands. And then let's push our hips back and come into this half split with your foot towards the side. You can walk your hands back if you need to, and you can keep a slight bend in the right leg there. Flex your right toes. Inhale, chest forward. And exhale, fold. Your arms can walk forward and you can draw your head towards your legs. So just drawing your head in between your arms, looking towards your back knee. Breathe. Okay, rebend that leg. Come back to your lizard. And then just bring your left hand onto the floor. Take your right hand to your inside of your right knee. And then you can come onto the pinky edge of the right foot. Push that knee over to the side and maybe look over your right shoulder. You can stay here, or you can draw that right arm back towards the back of the mat. And if you want to get a quad stretch in, you're going to lift that back foot and grab with your hand. Breathe. Really make sure you're opening that right shoulder if you're going for the toe grab. Breathe. Now, without slingshotting, release the back foot, draw your right hand back down, and then lift the back knee off and send the right foot back. Come into your plank. Let's just lower the knees for a moment. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. And then bend the knees, tuck the toes, and come all the way back up into a downward dog. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now look forward and tiptoe towards the front of the mat. Take as many steps as you need. Your fingertips can slide up your hands, they can stay on the ground. We'll take that halfway lift, look forward, inhale. And then exhale, fold. You can bend the legs here if you need to. You can bring your hands onto either elbows and just sway yourself from side to side, feeling that release in the hamstrings, in the lower back. Okay, so draw your hands down to the floor, bend your knees, and let's step the right foot back. Lower the back knee. Just make sure that your front knee is over your front ankle. You can use blocks for your hands, or you can bring your hands onto the front knee there. Take an inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Take both hands up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale. As you exhale, you take your right arm down and reach towards your lower back or down your back leg. Reach the left arm up, twist and look over the right shoulder. Breathe. Let's take an inhale, right arm comes up. And then exhale, we switch it out. Left arm comes down to the lower back or to your back leg. Twist, look over your left shoulder, reach the right arm up. Keep pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Take one more breath. And then reach your left arm up towards the sky. Pause for one breath. And then take your hands down. And then let's walk the left foot over to the left. Come into this lizard lunge. Hold for a couple of breaths. Maybe you drop down onto the forearms if that's available to you. And stay up on the hands if you need to. Now come back up onto the hands. Keep your right hand grounded. Take your left hand to the inside of the left knee. Rotate the toes over, so coming onto the pinky edge of your left foot. You can stay here and just look over your left shoulder, or you can take the left arm back, just holding it back in space. And you can draw that right knee in, right foot in towards your left hand if that's available to you. And breathe. Now, without slingshotting that foot, release the foot and take the left hand back down to the floor, and then push your hips back and come into this half split lizard lunge. So we want to straighten our left leg, but if you need to have a bend in that knee, please do so. You can flex your left toes up to the sky. You can walk your hands back. Take an inhale, chest forward, and then exhale, fold. You can stay here or you can walk your hands forward, draw your head between your arms, looking towards your back thigh. Breathe. Now rebend your front knee and draw your hands forward. Tuck the back toes, plant your hands down, lift the back knee off, and then send that foot back. Come into your plank. Now stay in a high plank for a moment. Take an inhale. Then as we exhale, we keep our legs straight and we push back towards a downward dog. You can have a slight bend in the knees here, so you don't have to keep them dead straight. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we shoot back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, shoot back to downward dog. So just flowing between the two. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Again, inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. This time we're going to come all the way over to plank. So take an inhale and exhale in your plank. Now you can lower your knees down if you need to, or you can keep them up. We're going to lower towards the ground. We're going to keep our elbows tucked in. So don't let your elbows come to the side. Take an inhale, push your shoulders past the wrists, and then as you exhale, lower down with control all the way to the ground. Exhale as you untuck your toes, bring your arms out, come into your Sphinx. Just make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your hands are out in front, your shoulders are pulled down away from the ears. Take an inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Lower your head down and take your hands to the tops of the ribs. Coming up into your cobra or your upward dog. Inhale, lift up. Maybe you stay in cobra. Maybe you come all the way up into your upward dog. And if it's available, you can lift the kneecaps off the ground. Just make sure your shoulders don't scrunch up towards your ears. Breathe. Maybe look up. Lower your knees down if you have them up and push all the way back to a child's pose. You can take your knees out nice and wide here and just release your forehead to the mat. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale. Come all the way up onto your knees. If this isn't available, you can sit with your legs crossed. Let's just take an inhale, arms come up. And let's twist to the left. Left hand comes behind, right hand comes to your left knee. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale. come back to the center. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, twist to the right. Right hand comes behind. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Come back to the front and just bring your legs out in front. And we're going to come down onto our backs. So lower yourself down and draw your knees in to your chest. You can gently rock from side to side. Now drop your arms into a cactus shape, either side of the body. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop your knees to the left and turn your gaze to the right. And start to slow down the breath. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale as your knees come to the center. Exhale as they drop to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. Slowing down the breath. Draw your knees back to the center. We'll take a happy baby. So you can either take your hands just behind your knees there. Try to flex your feet with the ceiling. Your hands can come to the ankles if that's available, or you can take them to the outer edges of your feet, or you can take your two-piece fingers and thumbs around your big toes. Now try to pull your knees down either side of the body and try to push your whole back on the floor. So this includes your lower back and your shoulders. So if you feel like you are arching yourself a little bit, you can move your hands down slightly. You can stay still or maybe rock from side to side if that feels good. You can close your eyes. Okay, let's draw the feet together. Allow the knees to come out wide as your feet lower down to the floor. Come into this butterfly stretch. Allowing gravity to open up your hips, and then let's take our arms over our head. Feeling a bit of a shoulder release as well. And we're going to take some cleansing breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, and then we're going to open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and let it all go. So let's take one natural breath now, in and out. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Inhale. Let it go. Inhale. And release. Well done. Bring your breathing back to a nice steady rhythm. Use your hands and draw your knees back together and curl them into your chest. Take your hands behind your knees and let's rock back and forwards until we eventually come up to a seat. Find a cross-legged position and we'll just close off the practice with a breath. Inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that energy flowing through your body. You've mobilized your whole body today. You should be feeling nice and energized and ready to start your day. Tomorrow we will be moving on inner balance, so working on your balance, so something very fun and challenging at the same time. And I hope you enjoyed today. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.